All right, everyone, we are live. We are here at my island where I'm going to spend the night on my kayak camping trip. Raptor Will already has left a chat. Doesn't look like he's in here right now, but he has left a chat, so thanks to him being the first one in today. We are here on the island. Let's see if I can get a good view. And then there's the other side. Water on the other side as well. We are on an island in the middle of the Schuylkill River, doing some kayak camping. I will have a whole video of this entire process. It's been a really good trip so far. Lots and lots of fun stuff happened along the trip down here. It was about 7.5 miles from my starting point to where I am now. I have the tent set up already. We've collected some firewood. We're gonna get my dinner going on live here, and we are just gonna kind of get the camp in order, and then hopefully do a little bit of fishing towards the end of it as well. You're at your camp staff appreciation dinner right now. I'm doing well, Will. This has been a good day. I worked until noon for my dad doing those videos that he was contracting me to do. I know I mentioned that on a live, not sure if you were there, but he's having me do some videos for some of the products that he makes as an engineer for installing them into the machines that his clients have. And, you know, I'm going to be an engineering student, so it's good experience, and to help him out, I've been making some videos for him. Did that all morning, packed up, came out here. I went up 12 miles from my home boat launch, and we're now 7.8 back down towards it. So we only have like 3 point something miles left tomorrow morning. We did the bulk of the paddling today, and yeah, it's been a really fun trip so far. I got everything ready to roll. I guess we'll start getting dinner together. So, not exactly sure how I want to do this. I think what I might do is put it right here with the tripod. We don't have my normal tripod because I didn't have enough room to bring it for the trip. We've got my little tripod. That's perfect. I got to get my stove set up. I'm going to sporadically be filming with my GoPro from different angles as well, so I can have this whole dinner making process in the main video as well. So, Raptor Will says, what are you having for dinner? We got ourselves. I don't want to open up the bag until it's time, but we have all my snacks and such in here, and then we have my breakfast in another bag. In these two little aluminum foil packets right here, we've got some green beans and butter and some potatoes and bacon. And we're gonna do these on my little mini wood stove. And then I collected a whole bunch of dry wood I found on the island here. We're gonna make this tonight, have a couple of these snacks, and then tomorrow morning I'm gonna do a bagel over the fire as well, so that should be nice. Sounds tasty. Yeah, it should be. This is leftovers from dinner last night. We had potatoes, what did we have? Salmon, potatoes, green beans, roasted potatoes, not like mashed potatoes. And then I'm doing essentially the leftovers of that over the fire out here for my camping trip. We got 17 people in here, 5 thumbs up. Thank you guys. If you're just popping in, I'm on an island. I'll pick up the tripod again. I'm on an island. There's water over there, and then there's water right here. I am on an island in the middle of the Schuylkill River in Pennsylvania. I paddled 7.8 miles today on my kayak, my first ever kayak camping trip. And we got 3 miles to go tomorrow, like 3.2 or something like that. This is where I'm sleeping tonight. I've got my tent set up over there. I can show you guys that in a bit as well. But yeah, we definitely have to, I got to get the GoPro set up to get the third perspective going on here for the main video that I'm filming from this whole trip. And then I'll get my stove set up, fire going, and dinner ready. What time will I be streaming again? Not exactly sure. I got a trip this weekend, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do any live streams. Definitely next week, throughout next week, we'll be doing some stuff. Hey, Rod's in there. I hope the butter is garlic butter. I don't think it is. I think it's normal butter, but it'll still be good. Getting to have like roasted potatoes and green beans while you're on a camping trip is pretty nice. Especially like not like a camping trip like, oh yes, we're at the campground. I'm literally in the middle of the river, almost 8 miles from where I started, so that's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna get the GoPro set up. You guys just hang on for a minute. My phone's using the tripod, so I'm just gonna use the GoPro chest mount as a makeshift tripod right now. The kid, thank you. That's highly appreciated. 29 people in here, 7 thumbs up. Anybody coming in just now? I'm in the middle of a kayak camping trip. We have made it to my island, which is where I'm going to be spending the night. We're trying to get dinner ready. Alrighty, let me do this real quick. You guys will get the behind the scenes view. Alrighty, I got the live stream rolling, and I'm going to set you guys on this camera up on a time lapse, probably from right over there. I'm going to get the fire going and start cooking up some potatoes with bacon and some green beans. That's what our dinner for tonight is. Should be pretty good. Oh. Alrighty. Who all's in here? 10 people still hanging out. Benny's back. How's it going? I love watching camping videos and everything like making your own fire. Yeah, for sure. Alright, so I've got my, it's not really fold up, but it's kind of take apart and flatten camping stove with me. And we're going to try and get this put together. It's always a little finicky. Once we get this put together and good to go, then get a fire going, throw food on there, and enjoy. Hey Mark, how's it going? We're on an island in the middle of a river. I don't know if you saw my community post, but we are doing my first ever kayak camping trip today. I started 12 miles upstream from my local boat launch on this river. I live about a mile from one of the boat launches on this river, and from that boat launch we started 12 miles upriver. We've made it 7.8 miles back towards my house onto this island. We're going to be sleeping here tonight, and doing a little bit of fishing, doing a little bit of cooking. It's been a really, really good trip so far. I've caught 3 smallmouth. That's the only fish I've caught. One of them was about that big, pretty good smallmouth. He was just under 2 pounds, on my light-powered rod nonetheless. We found some cool stuff along the way, saw some cool birds. It's been really enjoyable. All right, let's see what we can do. This goes right in there. As I said, this thing's a little finicky to get together. Oh, almost. We're struggling. Yeah, it is hard to assemble. Which the reviews on Amazon when I bought this thing said that, and I was like, I'll deal with it, because it was on like stupid sale and all that sort of stuff. All the good stuff that you want to see as a buyer, it had, and I was like, all right, that's the only bad thing about it. I'll suck it up, which I'll still say that. All right, got that assembled. I'm gonna put the grate on here. I bought this separate, but it works perfect right on top of that. And then I'm just gonna cook it in the foil on top, and then we'll eat it out of the pan. All right, got that rocking and rolling. My little fire kit. That's fine. We got some bark. That's good stuff. Some bark. A couple leaves, dried leaves. The bark's real good stuff though. This is all dried out. Been sitting in the sun all day. Mama Mission checking in. Yeah, I haven't, I'll admit, I haven't done the greatest job of communicating with my mom. I am 18 years old, so I guess I could do whatever I want. However, I do want to make sure mom and dad and everyone back home knows I'm good. And I've communicated with her only some. So, good thing she's checking in, knows we're, alive. We're on the island. I showed you where the island is. So, she knows where I'm at. I'm only about 3 miles from home. All right, now, the moment of truth. Can we get this fire lit? Where's my knife? It's over here. I got some chats coming in. I will read all those in a moment. I was letting my knife dry out because everything got wet. Just because, I was getting in and out of the kayak. So, I guess that's expected. Alright. That's essentially a wick. I'm going to let that burn down. And have it try and catch some of this bark on fire as I do. Once I get that lit, I should be able to nurse this whole thing into a reality here. See if I can just get one of these pieces of bark lit, we should be in a good spot. Alright, we are struggling here a bit. With that piece of bark. That one lights up. Oh, there you go. Get that on there. So there's like a couple different types of wood I'm working with in here. Some of them like to light up and some of them don't. All right, if we can get that piece going, we're good. Okay, something else just caught. This type of wood does not like to burn. That one does. Alright, let's get some more of that type of wood. This stuff is liking to burn. Alright, get some of this stuff burning. Once we get it rolling, this thing rolls pretty good, but I always pick times to try and light this thing up when it's really wet. Okay, we got a legitimate piece of wood burning now, like a good sized one, which is obviously going to help us tremendously in getting the overall thing to light up. There you go. I just heard a fish jump. No idea where it was, but it was definitely a fish. I'll have to go back and read some chats here. I know I have some moderators in here, so I trust nothing crazy's going down. I'm gonna try and baton a piece, get some good middle stuff going. It's going pretty good now. You guys can't totally see it, but there you go. That's not bad. Chuck that in there. We got it going now. You can tell now that it's going. But I want to have some good batoned, readily accessible pieces, bigger pieces to chuck on. So I'm gonna try and get this. This is a terrible shape. Try and get this. Broke my batoning stick. That thing is not what I exactly wanted, but we can get that piece burning. That piece. All right, we've got good sized pieces. We're in good shape. All right, let's read some chats here. Get this grill on there. All right, what do we chuck on first? Should we chuck on the potatoes? with bacon or the green beans first? First chat I see with an answer. In the meantime, I'm gonna scroll through these ones that everyone already put in here. All right. Mark says he's watching 2 different people at the moment. Ozark's saying hi to Raptor Will. Ozark's is driving. Mandy's Candy, indeed, yep. Randy might be camping on an island this weekend. Is it hard to make the fire? Only when you choose wet wood, which my first couple pieces were a little bit damp. Am I staying the night? Yes, I am. Raph Outdoors, what's up for Quebec? It's alive. Yes, it is. Potato with bacon. All right. The kid says potato with bacon first, which I can most certainly do. I can make it happen. And then we'll eat it in this little serving tray. Just like that. And then in this little bag, I've got my utensils, which I'll need not only to eat, but to manipulate the food here. So we'll go with spoon and fork to grab it and move it around. Woo! Accidentally touched it. That's hot. Get those coals ripping. Get it to light up the new stuff I just put in there. All right, that new stuff's lighting up. It's sizzling pretty good already. I see Herbert from afar. I recognize Herbert's logo. All right. Can you tilt cam down a bit? All the action is covered by chat. Yes, I can. Good point, Herbert. This is why we keep you around. I thought about getting rid of you once or twice, but this is why I decided I'd let you stay. I'm joking, by the way, for anyone not familiar. Herbert's a great guy. Whoa. I stink. There we go. Potato. Roasted potatoes and bacon. Where's my stool? I'm tired of crouching. Oh yeah, there we go. That's perfect. It's sounding pretty good. Pull that off. Toss it in the tray. Let it cool for a second, then we'll unwrap her. Yeah, that is sizzling. That's good. And where's the green beans? Gotta toss that on. Green beans. It starts sizzling instantly. That fire's cooking. Try and unwrap these. Oh yeah. That's good stuff. Ah, dropped my fork. Green beans shouldn't take too long at all. Potatoes got some like content to them where they take a little bit of time to cook, like a baked potato. Green beans don't take long. Flip it over now, let it cook for another minute, and we should be good. All right, let's go grab the GoPro, get a little bit of footage, and we should be good. And then I'll read some chats here once I get a little bit of footage. All right, drop that in this little tin. All right. Oh, yeah. All right, let me get a little bit of behind the scenes footage for y'all right here, and then I'll start eating and chatting with y'all more. Oh, I'm still in time-lapse mode. Let's not do that. Alrighty, got my stool set up. Fire's still cooking right here. Check that thing out. It took a little bit to get going, but once we got it going, it's going good. Live stream's still rolling over there, and we have our dinner. Got some potatoes with bacon and some green beans. Setting you back on time lapse while I enjoy this and hang out with the live chat. All right, I'm just gonna, I guess, let that burn out. Just chuck everything in there, let it burn out. I'll bring you guys over here, read a couple chats, and then get to my little feet. Looks like a great trout stream. It is. Actually, there's not many trout in here. Mostly ones that come from stocking the surrounding creeks that feed into it. But I've caught a couple smallmouth today, so. Carlos Batista, how's it going? Thanks for coming in. Potato and bacon, yep. The taters and bacon, yes sir. All right, I'll set you guys right here so I can read while we're going. Yeah, oh, that's good. I'm going for potatoes and bacon first. I can't help myself. It looks very good. I'm actually going to set that over the fire to keep it warm. Potatoes hold their heat pretty well. It's actually a little bit too hot. Yeah, the smallies were really fun. Got 3. One of them was just under 2 pounds. 1 ounce shy of 2 pounds. Caught on my light powered rod. That was a fun one. Caught one while trolling. I was bringing a crankbait behind me for several miles down the river. and I hooked 3 that way, lost 2 of them. I think it's just because when it's moving that fast by them, they just swipe at it and barely get hooked. I mean, even the one I landed was barely hooked. But yeah, when I'm trolling like that, they don't typically get hooked very well, and I lose a couple of them. Lost 2/3 of them, and caught one out of 3. I've had nothing to eat since noon, which for me is actually quite unusual. I'm 18 years old. I'm still growing, still putting on muscle, and I'm very active. I eat somewhere around 3,500 calories a day. So just breakfast, lunch, and dinner typically don't get enough for me. I usually eat 2 fairly large snacks throughout the day. I haven't had anything since noon, which, as I said, is atypical. So this not only is good, but like it's extra good because I haven't had much today. Now I want potatoes bacon. Well, there you go. It is pretty darn good. Oh, yeah. All right, this might be the, I mean, I haven't done a ton of it because I got a busy schedule and I can't do much, like, full camping trips, but I've cooked a couple things out in the woods or out in the outdoors. This might be the best one I've done yet. On video, I've done, I did an egg scramble and some ham in a camping video on this little wood stove. On this little wood stove, I also did trout. That might be better. I caught trout from a creek, and then next to the creek, I cooked it up with some stuff I brought with me. That might be better, but this is close. I believe, if I'm correct, I don't know if he's still in here, Raptor Will joined as a member, and he's now like our 2nd or 3rd longest member. I think he joined as a member on the live when I did the trout from that creek on the wood stove. I think Randy, Ozark Trade Adventure, who's in here, gave a donation as well. I love camping. It's so peaceful. It is indeed. I got a whole bunch of bacon and 1 potato left. My ratio of bites wasn't very good. But I like bacon. I'll just take a spoonful of bacon. Yep, there you go. Raptor Will, 4-month member on the Voyager level, or 2nd tier. For 99 cents a month, you can get in as an adventurer. $2 a month, you can get in as a Voyager. And then, which there's no extra perks with this. I make this explicitly clear on my members page. For $5 a month, you can become an explorer, which all it does is if you really like the stuff I do and you want to support me, not just get extra members content, then you can sign up as a $5 a month explorer. But I only have 1 person on that level, and that's fine. I mean, I don't expect anybody to do that. There's no extra perks associated with it. Matt Kozlinski, that is my uncle. I was talking to him at one point. I believe Matt is the second most featured person on the channel who isn't me. Number one is Bob from Anything Is Possible, and I believe number two is Matt. Matt's like my adventure buddy. He lives in Colorado, but anytime he's here, or when I'm there, which I went out in May and we're going back out in September, we do lots of stuff, doing some extra cool gold panning, that sort of thing. Matt, I don't know if I told you I was doing this, but I'm on an island tonight doing a kayak camping trip. Started 12 miles upriver from the boat launch by my house. And I'm now 7.8 miles back downriver, so we got about 3.5 tomorrow morning to do. And then we will be back home. We're sleeping on this island that I'm sitting on tonight. I'll show you the island in a bit. You're coming soon. You see the place we have? Yes. I got sent it this morning, I believe. Looks pretty cool. Another cabin on the river, which is sweet. What have you got on your pot? What have you got on your pot? This is potato and bacon, which I'm almost done. I got some green beans over there, cooked over the wood stove. Out here doing a little kayak camping mission. Finish up this potato and bacon. What? Yeah, they were roasted potatoes and bacon. Yep, solo. Yeah, taters and bacon are good, Mom. That's my mom, Becky Schaefer in chat. This is leftovers from last night that I decided thought I could do over the wood stove. We actually had salmon, potatoes, and green beans last night. And I subbed out the salmon for bacon. Dump the rest of the bacon out into the actual pan so I'm not struggling to get it out of the foil. There we go. Put that over there, grab that in a minute. And then we'll go ham on some green beans here shortly. So, am I fishing? Yes, I've caught 3 smallmouth today. One was pretty good. Missed 2 other smallmouth. Saw a really big channel catfish. And the reason why I picked this island as opposed to like 4 others that would have been okay to camp on is A, because of the proximity back to the house. I only have 3 miles to paddle tomorrow morning, which means if I lollygag a little bit, making my breakfast and taking down the tent, we still got plenty of time. And then also where this is situated, I'll have to show you guys in a bit. Over there, obviously it's an island, so the river splits this way behind me, and then back behind the camera there's another split. That one's really slow, and this one is fast, which means right at the tip of the island here, there's a nice deep, slow pool off the fast current and near the slow stuff, which is perfect because fish love the fact that the current sweeps food down to them, bugs, dead fish, all that sort of stuff. But they don't want to expend the energy to sit in the current and wait for that stuff. So if they find a slow pocket right next to the current, they love to sit there and just pop out when food passes by. So that should be a good spot. We'll have to see though. What kind of fish do we have around there? Around here? Lots. I've caught smallmouth today, obviously sunfish, flathead and channel catfish. The occasional muskie if you get lucky, some carp, largemouth bass as well. Lots of good stuff. Awesome, Mark. All right, like 2 more bites of bacon, and then we're on to green beans. Maybe 3 bites of bacon. How do I cook catfish? I've never done it, but I've had it like broiled and fried, which I've done with many other types of fish, and it was good. So I imagine I could do it. It's white and flaky, kind of like trout or perch, which I've done before. So do you marinate it? I imagine you could. staying in the tent or cowboy style? There's your answer, Randy. You got it set up already. Was it marinated? I think the only time I've had catfish that wasn't fried was at Cracker Barrel. I don't think they marinated it with anything, just seasoning. It depends on what type of catfish you get it from, holy smokes, can't speak. What type of catfish you get and where you get it from. So, as I mentioned, that's my Uncle Matt, and you can see he got the member logo up there. What I believe happened is Matt and I had a conversation. I was showing him some of my members' content because he's family and he's here. So I show them, like, before I release it as member content, I'll talk to my family like, oh, how do you think I should edit this? Or, oh, look at this cool thing that happened to me. And he was like, oh, I should join as a member. I'm like, oh, you don't have to do that. I'll just show you the footage before I post it. Because, you know, he's my family. But, as I said, he does live in Colorado, so he thought it would be a good idea to get membership so he could see it, even though I can't directly show it to him because he's, you know, not here. I've got some good stuff up there. I've got some fish catches that haven't aired on the channel yet. Those videos are a couple months down the road. But I posted some really cool catches from those videos, some big stuff up as early release. I've got some random cool stuff that I do, behind the scenes sneak peeks, do members live where members can come up on panel with me and we can actually kind of talk face to face instead of me reading words that you write. I can actually like speak to you like a FaceTime type thing, and you come up on panel. It's pretty sweet. And I'm obviously, as I said, I made the 2 bottom levels as cheap as I could. 99 cents a month and $1.99 a month. What else are you doing after eating? We're going to fish. So, yeah. We are going to fish. The bugs are starting to come out. As Randy, Ozark's Great Adventure, indicated, he was like, oh, you sleep in cowboy style, which is sleeping in no tent, just under the stars. Not supposed to rain. I could do that, but this area is buggy, which is why I went with the tent, solely to keep bugs off me. How big were the smallmouth? The biggest one was about yay big. Didn't get a length on him, but he was 1 ounce shy of 2 pounds. So 1 pound, 15 ounces on my light powered rod with 4-pound line and a little tiny jig about that big. All right, green bean time. That's still hot. Okay. It's been sitting there with the fire not on it for like 5-10 minutes. So I did not think it would be that hot. Like, I can pick it up, but it's too hot to hold. So we'll just put it in there. Randy says he uses a tent in the summer because of copper. Yeah. My tent actually has a little gap under there. So a snake could get in there, but it keeps the bugs from flying on top of me. It's always done really well with that. I caught a 5-pounder, 10 ounces. That's a really good one. My best smallmouth ever is 3.8. But I'm not a bass fisherman. Anybody who watches my channel knows I'm a big multi-species guy. I always mix it up. I go for lots of different things. I have like 116 different species of fish that I've caught, from really small stuff, really big stuff. I like it all. So honing in on just bass is something that I've never really done. Uh-oh. A little dirt never hurt anybody. Won the bass fishing tournament. That's sweet. Got walleye there? Yeah. Not many. My only walleye I've ever caught was about 5 miles downstream of where we are. So, in this river. It's the only one I've ever caught. It's up in a short on the channel, if you want to go check it out. I forget exactly what I called it, but I've got shorts about all sorts of stuff outdoors. So if you look at, it's probably like the 2nd or 3rd most recent fishing short. No, probably 3rd or 4th, actually. I'm fishing at a dam in the thumbnail of the short, so I can get 30 walleye in a day. That's awesome. Yeah, we don't live in a spot where they're very prevalent. It's very rare that people catch them around here. I heard the limit is 6. Are you suggesting you don't only keep 6? Because if so, that's not very ethical. What does prevalent mean? Like, there's several of them, or it's a common occurrence. That's what prevalence is. Randy says I catch lots of elms. Randy's learning how to be an amazing fisherman, but he's on the journey. He hasn't reached the finale yet. He catches more fish than some people I've seen, though. He's better than he gives himself credit for, I'll say it that way. I prefer trout fishing during the majority of the year, and during the summer I target bass and other common game fish species. Yeah, I go for everything. I've got, this year, I think I'm up to 6 new species. Well, let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nobody, I know that that's a thing from a family friend, young girl from she's 12, and she's all on the 6, 7 trend. Nobody make that a thing. But yeah, 7 new species this year, I think. Yeah, 7. And that brings me up to like 118 or something like that. Total types of fish I've caught. In videos so far, you guys have seen. Oh, I might have caught 8, actually. I don't think you guys have seen me catch a single new species in a video yet this year, but all those videos are coming. So I'll give you a little sneak peek if everybody puts their listening ears on. Ready? Here's my new species for the year. I've got grass carp. Actually, members know that. Members know the grass carp, and they know about my sandbar shark. Grass carp, sandbar shark. Summer flounder. I don't know when. Summer flounder. We got cutthroat. I don't know. That could have been in Colorado. Take a wild guess. Tilapia. Albino tilapia. What else? Southern stingray. And is that it? I think that's it. I don't know how many that was, but that many. Everyone out there, I'm going to reconnect. Seems like the chat's broken. All right, we're back. Yes, it was broken. Sorry, sometimes it just doesn't work. And when I reconnect, it's okay again. You are wrong. Oh. Are the beans? Google says widespread in a particular area or a particular time. Yeah, that's what I mean. Definition of prevalent. Like, yeah, it's like a common thing. Are the beans good? Yes, they are. Yeah. We're saying, not condensed. I didn't say condensed. What's better, the potatoes and bacon or the beans? Potatoes and bacon were hard to top. First tessellated darter about a week ago. Caught it with my hands at the summer camp. Uploaded it to iNaturalist. Yeah, I've caught probably 6 or 7, 8. Nah, probably 8 or 9 of them in my time. Yeah, probably 8 or 9. I don't think it's 10. Randy's cooking. Opposite is rare. Yeah, correct. We're saying the same thing. I don't know if I misspoke. You and I have the same understanding of the word prevalent. Everything you're saying I agree with, and is how I would have defined it if I was Google, but like, you know, I just said common instead of widespread at a particular time. I don't know if I misspoke. I apologize if I did. Yeah, dinner's good. This was a good move. This was, yeah, I'll give credit where credit's due. This was my mom's idea to make this. Yeah, Bob, I apologize if I misspoke. We're saying the same thing. I agree with you. That's what I thought prevalent meant. So, almost done dinner here. I think chat might have froze again. I'm going to reconnect. Stay with me. I don't know. Maybe nobody's chatting. All right. Finished. I'm hungry now because of your food. All right, we got a frozen water bottle, which we use to keep my food nice and cold. Oh yeah, footage looks nice. All right, cool. Part of it is unfrozen. We're gonna drink that, and then I'm gonna fill up the other water bottle I had and put my purifying tabs in there so I have some fresh water later. Oh yeah. That's good. Good stuff. Fishing time. Alrighty, hold on here a moment. I'm going to take the time to properly clean up my food, so that way we don't get animals out and about in this area. We'll do the rest of cleanup later, once it's dark. I've got both of my bigger lights charged up and ready to roll. So after the live's done, we'll do that. But I want to seal up my food so no bugs come and grab it. Bug infestation is not exactly what I would prefer to have. All right, let's get to fishing. Walk on over to this side of the island. So, as I mentioned, here's like what this island looks like. Over here, oh my gosh, there's a whole crossing of deer. Good Lord. Alrighty, I finished up my dinner over there. We got the rods and we're about to start fishing. And as I walk over here, way down yonder, you can see a herd of deer crossing. I'll get some live stream footage as well here in a second for you guys. Check that out, way down the way, crossing. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it. They are really far down there. There's one. right there. They're really far down. But yeah. Hop across. Everyone's still hanging out. Let me make sure my live stream chat's good. All right, we're back. Sweet, Randy's chatting. That means we're good. Beautiful spot. Yeah, it is. Really nice. Fish right there. Let me grab my rods. I don't know why I feel the desire to say this, but I did want to let you know the Google Maps image I used for this island is actually the Google Maps image of this island. So, how far am I from the Green Bridge? I'm doing math. 0.6 of a mile downstream. So, yeah. I was converting feet into miles because I know how far the island is from the bridge in feet and then how long the island is, and I'm at the far end of the island, so. Yeah. I just thought the Google Maps image was actually like a really good image. It shows the layout of this island really well, which is why I felt confident coming here. All right. Alrighty, got the rod in hand. Gonna start fishing. See what we can do over here. Might be able to get ourselves a bluegill or something. Use the cut bait later. Oh, I already had one. Already had a fish, guys. Get it back in the same zone. Definitely some sunfish there. Turn you guys a little bit. Such a nice peaceful spot for sure. Maybe bring your stool and sit while you fish. Yeah, if I catch some bait for catfish and set up a catfish rod, I definitely will, but I'm supposed to do a Bible study with my girlfriend this evening after the live's over at about 9. So I won't get a ton of time for, after dark catfishing on the live, but I'll make sure to film it for y'all if I do that. Hey, Wanda Schaefer, that's my grandma saying hi. I'm sleeping on this island tonight. We're hanging out. More deer crossing upstream there. We had a bite on that cast. Chad, how's it going? We are camping on this island this evening, trying to catch a couple fish before we gotta, get everything together for actual sleeping tonight. I'm gonna move down this way a little bit, see what else is down here. There's a nice little piece of structure right there, which is why I started there, but it doesn't mean there's not fish down here. This spot's a little bit deeper anyway. I'll show you the end of this island. Here's what it looks like. Comes to a nice little point. The one side has faster current, and then this side has slower current. I see a sunfish right there. So yeah, right there, boom. I just saw some little smallmouth bobbing around in there. Keep moving down even a little bit further. I'm gonna reconnect just to make sure my chat's working because it keeps quitting on me. Yep, it quit on me again. I didn't see Ozarks or my mom. I have not been in the mood for camping lately, but now I'm getting the urge. There you go. Are there any houses on the banks where you are? Not a one. Which this won't reveal anything. The walking path below Sisters Gymnastics. If you walk along that path back towards our house, that section where the river's off to your left if you're walking back towards our house, I am over there where that like little water building is. It has to do with like the water company. That building, I'm across from where that is. So no, there's no houses here. I'm gonna switch to my no-fail sunfish bait and go over grab some gulp artificial worm. Chuck that on here. That should get us a sunfish, which will then serve as bait for catfish. So we'll see how that goes. Eight people in here, 24 thumbs ups. Thank you, guys. For anyone just popping in, here's camp, kayak, all the stuff drying out. There's my tent. We got my fishing bag right here, which I'm gonna need to use and grab some gulp worm out of. I keep finding this really cool porous rock along these banks. I'm not exactly sure what it is or why it's like that, but I'm going to take it home and look at it, along with my other cool finds from the day. All right, where's my gulp worm? Oh, and gulp minnows. That's a good combo right there. Take that back over with me. That keeps freezing up on me. I'm gonna reconnect again just to make sure it's not freezing up again. Stay with me, it'll only be 2 seconds. I'm back. Yep. And chat has to catch up. Aunt Cece says howdy. Howdy to her as well. I'm fixing to buy a fish whistle. I'll watch your stream next week because it's almost 2 a.m. for me. But anyways, good luck with fishing. Well, thank you for stopping in. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right, back down to the edge. Well, we'll walk around. We'll go to the spot where we were actually getting bites first. Sorry, guys. As I said, I'm not working with my normal tripod. All right, there we go. Switched over some gulp worm. I'm just trying to get some bait so we can possibly trap with some catfish later. And I think this is going to be my best bet. Quick question, what kind of bait would you use for trout fishing? Bait, you mean? I mean, power bait, if you're fishing for stock trout, works in the first couple weeks when they're stocked. Spinners are always good. Trout magnets is one of my favorite as well. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can use, but what I mostly use for conventional gear, like spinning, bait casting, that sort of stuff, not fly gear, is Berkeley trout worms and Berkeley power bait, and then I also use spinners and spinners, power bait, trout worms, trout magnets. That's my best bet. What we've caught, nothing on the live, but we got 3 nice smallmouth today. We are on a kayak camping trip. We just got done eating. I'm on my island that I'm going to sleep on. We were just getting dinner ready, and now we've just started fishing here. So, only been fishing for a little bit. You had a couple of little baby largemouths swimming around in there, but they wouldn't commit. I'm gonna reset my chat again. Stay with me for 2 seconds. There you go. There we go. Boom. Little largemouth. Gonna go show it. Nice little largemouth. Gonna go show it to the live chat here. Largy little baby guy. He's solid 7 inches. Make sure my chat's updated. Stay with me. All right, there you go. Little largemouth bass. Dessert. All right, nice little largie. There's a pod of little bass coming through there. I was hoping for a bluegill to use his bait, but not mad at that. See you later, buddy. Still a catch, yep. Get back in there. I had one pick it up. Missing. Put it back out there. Just missed one out there. There you go. Got the other type. This is a smallie. Smallie number 4 for me today. Yet again, go show it to live chat, and then we'll release him. Smallie number 4 for me today. There you go. He had some good jumps while fighting. Gonna go release him. About the same size as that little largemouth, maybe a little bit bigger. Some good jumps while fighting. Smallmouth number 4, going back. Fish, yes. Matt with the fish emoji. Yeah, this is, as I said earlier, this is a really nice little spot because on the side behind the camera, faster flowing current, this is almost standstill water. So it's a really good little confluence of the two sections to fish at. Right in a perfect spot to put my tent. This is like ideal location for this little mission. It's awesome. I'm glad I found this spot. All right, let's get another. Another smallie. Smallie. Another one. Everyone in chat say hi to the GoPro. I'll put it in the video. Make sure the chat's reconnected. There you go. Alrighty, check that out. Nice little smallmouth. Got everybody in the live chat watching. Good deal. Alright, see you later, buddy. We really need our bluegill if we want to go catfishing tonight. Oh man. This is lots of fun. It's fun by myself, but having someone else out here to do this with me would be really awesome. But there's not a ton of people I know who would come out here and do a trip like this just out of the blue. Hopefully I find a good friend to do stuff like this with when I'm at college. That'd be sweet. Temp says drop to 71 tonight. Yep, that's good. I don't want it to be, I mean, much warmer than that would be uncomfortable, so that's good. Let's keep rolling, see if we can get another fish. All right, if I can, I'm gonna switch up to a float rig. That way I can kind of float it down a current. I think that's gonna give me a better chance of getting a sunfish for bait than anything else, so. Do I have any floats? That's the real question. Did I bring them? If I did, they might be in here. We don't have any in there. We don't have any in there. Not exactly what I wanted to see. All right, let's just keep doing what we're doing. Might as well go down to the end again where our other rod is and cast the bigger bait around for a little bit. Hooked me 3 smallmouth earlier today. As I mentioned earlier, I only landed one of them because I was trolling, so they don't get hooked super well while trolling, usually just by 1 point of one of the trebles, which leads to you not landing as many of them. Put you guys right there. Reset chat again. All right. All right, done with that for now. Yeah, I've slept, Randy says 71's pretty warm. Yeah, it is. I've slept in that tent setup in as warm as 88. It's not pleasant in 88, and I've slept in it as low as 38. So, yeah. There we go. Another smallie. Hammering the smallies tonight. There you go. Another. Yeah, I'm catching a bunch, but none of them are what I want. I just want a bluegill. That's all I want. All right. A couple people still watching. Something just jumped right there. Oh yeah. Bring you guys out to the edge of the island. Ugh. We'll fish from right here. Just like that. Another one. Another. Another. My toes are gonna look like prunes. Yeah, I'm taking the shoes off to go to bed though, so. These are my water shoes though, so they are designed to do this. Oh, 4 people in here, 24 thumbs ups. Gotta get in the shower. There you go. I'll see you later if you're still on. Probably not too much longer, Randy. Thanks for joining me, though. We're running out of time to get our bluegill. I had to deal with the GoPro for a second. Come on, back over to this side. Who all's still in here? Let me reset chat. Hang with me for 2 seconds. Alright, we're back. Matt's there. Gonna try and see the Perseids tonight. You might have to fill me in on what that is. I might be familiar and just might be losing my mind, or I might have no idea what you're talking about. Meteors. Is there supposed to be a meteor shower tonight? That's really cool. If there is, then yes, I'm gonna try and see them. But I didn't even know there was. My dreams of bluegill are quickly fading. We might not be able to get cut bait. We still have something in there to try, but I don't have very much confidence in any prepackaged catfish bait. So I'd much prefer to grab a fresh little bluegill, but I don't know if it's going to happen. It's almost dark here. I'm going to quit once we hit dark, so if we don't get one, we don't get one. We got plenty of bass to show for the day. Big shower every August tail end is now. Look to the northeast after 1 a.m. I'll set an alarm for 1 a.m. if I go to sleep before then, and I'll get up and look for it. Northeast after 1 a.m. That's east. Northeast. Look over there. Okay, cool. I will do that. Thanks, Matt. Well, I turned off the camera because I have plenty of footage of a smallmouth and then a sinking beaver right there. Comes swimming right across. I'm gonna get the live camera, get some footage of them too. Oh my gosh. Maybe not. Since he just went underwater. That's crazy though. Beaver. Another cool sight to add to the list from this kayak camping trip. Did you guys see the beaver? Someone tell me you saw the beaver. It'll be on this video, but that'd be really cool on the live as well. Someone tell me you saw it, please. Alright, last cast of the night looking for bluegills. If we don't get one, we'll try the prepackaged catfish bait, but I don't have a ton of faith in that. I think that's another bass. Fun little way to end the night, but I don't think that's a sunfish. Nope. One more smallmouth to end the night. Why not? Nope. Didn't see the beaver. But we got one more smallmouth. That's going to be my last fish on the live for the night. There you go. Oh, very likely our last fish of the day. Send you home, buddy. All right, y'all. I appreciate everyone for coming in, but I got to get the camp organized for the night. We got some fish, got some dinner. Almost 2 hours of a live stream. Thank you guys all for hanging out with me. It was a really fun day of just general kayak camping, and then having the live as well was super awesome. So thanks guys for hanging out with me, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Not sure when my next live is going to be, but I'll try and let you guys know. Thanks everyone for coming in. Matt says, have a great night. Hope the bugs don't bite. That's why, as Randy said, I'm not sleeping cowboy style. That's why I got the tent. It usually works pretty well. Pocono's house gets pretty buggy, and I've never got attacked at night while using this setup there. So we should be good. All right, guys. See you later. Mom's saying love you. Love you too, Mom. Thanks for checking in. I'll make sure to give you a call before I go to bed. Thanks, everyone. Gonna head on out. See ya.